still we wait. LeBron's free agency. Oh, yes, it continues. We're, 17 days in? And according to our Shams Charania, as time ticks down or up, or what is time at this point?
Look at the ridiculous amount of glazing ESPN is still doing after nearly 3 weeks of free agency, all for a 42-year-old who won't ever compete for a championship again.
We've gone from 5 teams to more realistically now 3 still in the running for the 4-time champion. And LeBron spoke today again at Fanatics Fest.
Okay, so I want to kick this video off by establishing who LeBron really is versus who LeBron pretends to be on camera. So as we saw at Fanatics Fest, LeBron answered a kid's question and acted all nice and sweet to the kid when the cameras were rolling in order to uphold the illusion he created that he's a good guy and role model who cares about the kids and the fans.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. You far too kind, man. You awesome.
But the true LeBron James surfaces when he doesn't know that he's actually being recorded and shows his true colors and how he really feels about the kids and fans in general.
Congratulations, LeBron.
Stop. Don't do that.
Congratulations, LeBron. Congratulations, LeBron.
Stop. Don't do that.
Congratulations, LeBron.
Stop. Don't do that.
Congratulations, LeBron.
This is a glimpse of who LeBron really is when the cameras aren't rolling. LeBron James is a textbook narcissist. Narcissists do not move the same way that a normal person does. They just use people like pawns to serve them. They do not care about people, but they do care about how people view them. They want people to respect and admire them. That is their fuel that keeps them going. This is why LeBron continues to go out of his way to constantly get attention, because he needs it. He feels empty without it. And once you understand how narcissists work, then it's easy to identify why they do the things they do and why they lie the way they do. Which is why it's so easy to see straight through their lies once you know what to look for. Which is how I could easily identify this huge lie he told at the Game Plan Summit at Fanatics Fest following his Mind the Game podcast that I previously covered. And before I get to that, I want to go over another example of him clearly lying to help provide more context.
The answer to the question everybody wants to know. LeBron, what's your decision?
In this fall, man, this is very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
Miami Heat. That was the conclusion you woke up with this morning.
That was the conclusion I woke up with this morning.
Was it always in your plan to go and play with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh?
Well, I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
Anyone who has been closely monitoring LeBron's career since he came in the league in 2003 knows that in 2008, LeBron was talking to Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh about signing with the same team once they become free agents in 2010. But he plays it off as if he just decided to join Wade and Bosh in Miami that morning.
Miami Heat. That was the conclusion you woke up with this morning.
That was the conclusion I woke up with this morning.
That is why Jim Gray asks the question, was it always in your plan to go and play with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh?
Was it always in your plan to go and play with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh?
Well, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Well, I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
And you see LeBron hesitate and his eyes drift downward to avoid eye contact. Then he sighs, fumbles his words, his eyes bounce around, and he even stifles his laughter, which is known as duper's delight, when one takes delight in duping someone, as LeBron was clearly doing here.
Was it always in your plan to go and play with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh?
Well, I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
We already know you're looking forward to it. That wasn't the question. You can see how nervous he is because he's lying. And he has a pattern of lying throughout his career and is still doing it going into year 24. And now we're closing in on his most recent lie he told at Fanatics Fest a couple days ago regarding his free agency decision. Alright, so I'm ready to show the clip, but in order for you to recognize that he's lying, I have to lay out more context. Otherwise, you won't think his response is a lie at all. But you will if you put his response in alignment with the ESPN segment that we opened the video with.
I do think he has now gone through these compensated appearances without trying to show his hand, and he has managed to do that.
It seems like Golden State is more of a remote possibility than maybe we would have said a week ago or 2 weeks ago. And a lot of that has to do with the Eastern Conference and the path that it would provide to potentially playing in the NBA Finals. Like, if you stay in the West, you basically have to go through 2 finals series in San Antonio and the Thunder in order just to get to the finals and then have to beat the Eastern Conference team.
And this is precisely what I was talking about on this previous video I made, that no way LeBron goes back to the West. He's definitely heading back to the East. And that I suspect Adam Silver is helping LeBron clear an easy path in attempt to try to capture his 5th championship. If you missed that video, I'll leave a link on the outro at the end of this video. You should definitely check it out.
Well, free agency is basically paused right now, Malika. Certainly there's been a couple signings earlier in the week, but when you look at teams like Philadelphia and Miami and Cleveland and as Mark said, Golden State, those are the teams that are holding 3 to 4 roster spots available. Draymond Green in Golden State hasn't signed. James Harden in Cleveland, and I think the 2 players to keep an eye on here is DeMar DeRozan and Bradley Beal. DeRozan is probably the best free agent out there outside of James and the 2 players I just mentioned here. And I think where LeBron goes could certainly play a big role as far as a potential DeMar DeRozan pairing, and that would certainly add some significant depth.
Okay, so you see what's going on. These free agents are the answer as to why LeBron has yet to sign with a team. Because he's biding his time. He is waiting to see which free agents sign where. And here is one landing spot I think LeBron is seriously considering.
Pat Riley made sure he was on stage for Giannis's arrival. And they did a big press conference today. And Pat Riley said, we landed one plane. Now we got to land the other. They landed flight 7 today. That's Giannis's new number. And I think they'd like to put number 6 back into circulation. Sure. Dave, look, I'm just going to say I have no insight. I have no information. You know that I'm from Cleveland. You know my ties there. The more I've looked at this and the more I've had conversations, the more Miami makes sense to me. And now when I hear him thinking about a couple of years, it makes even more sense to me.
Well, why? Why Miami?
Because I think that's where he goes and fits. He can go there and have the ball. He also can go there and be protected on defense. McMahon, what do you think of all that?
Well, the only point I would make about the fit in Miami is what's the one thing, if LeBron's going to have the ball in his hands, that he most needs around him?
Shooting.
And that's the one biggest flaw on that Miami roster.
Yes, he's exactly right. Miami's problem is a lack of shooters. So LeBron is waiting, biding his time to see if Pat Riley is going to work some magic and get a couple shooters. Bradley Beal and DeMar DeRozan would be ideal, and Riley may be able to sign one of them, possibly even both. And a lineup of Bam, Giannis, LeBron, Beal, and DeRozan could be LeBron's best shot at a championship from any of the options available to him at the moment. On the flip side, I think LeBron is waiting to see what moves Cleveland is going to make. I don't think he wants to play in Cleveland if James Harden is there, and from Harden's recent photo, I can understand why. But I think LeBron is hoping Cleveland can work out a sign and trade for Harden and get some young pieces in there and rely on Donovan Mitchell to be the primary scorer. So with all that in mind, we will finally go over the subtle lie LeBron dropped at the Game Plan Summit, what has been holding up his free agency decision. And now with the context that I added, you'll be able to recognize the lie.
The family portion is a big thing too. My daughter and my wife and things of that nature, and I'm a big family guy. So there's a lot of things that's, people are like, hurry up and make a decision, Brian. It's like, okay, it's not just about the team. Yeah. So many other factors that I'm, factoring in right now on what, not only best fit me as a player, what best fit me as a person, what best fit me as what my happiness, and also with my family as well.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a lot of, won't hold you guys up too much longer, but the family portion is huge for me.
So LeBron is using his family is what's weighing in on his decision, when in reality is just using his family to hide the fact he's working behind the scenes trying to build up a super team for him to join. But of course, he can't openly say that because that makes him appear like he's just chasing a ring, in which he is. So instead, the narcissist, who is insecure and wants to portray a wholesome public image, pretends that it's his family and what they want that's making this decision so difficult.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.